Hello, everyone. Welcome to this unique podcast show. And today we have a very distinguished personality with us, and his name is Colonel Sengol Raju. Colonel Sengol Raju is from a district from where our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, also belongs. He is from Ramnathpuram, Tamil Nadu, and he has served for 36 long years in Indian Army. He has been appointed in Jammu and Kashmir for 3 terms, and he has also served in one of the great brainchild of Dr. Kalam's research center in DRDO as director and HOD of communication department. He retired in 2019, and even after that he has not stopped serving the country. Nowadays, he is on a great mission, and he is actually on a mission of sustainable global peace. This is something new for all of us. So we will get to know more about this from Colonel Saab. So welcome, Colonel Saab. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very fine.
Yes, you are
Thank you.
looking so fresh and energetic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Colonel Saab, we know lot of things about you with our interactions so far, but there are a lot many things which we still need to learn from you. And for the viewers, we would like to know about more about your childhood, your education, and how you entered into army. Some background of that.
Dinesh, I belong to a village in Ramanathapuram district of Tamil Nadu. Of course, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our former president, also belongs to the same district. I come from agricultural family, and we have about 10 acres of agricultural land, but it is rain dependent. And because of that, 6 months you got agriculture and then produce, and then after 6 months there is nothing. So there is a severe economic constraints. I remember blue colored off shorts I used to wear, and
Mhm.
then maybe I think only one dress I had. On the top I used to wear only when I have to go and visit someone or for some function. So I remember I used to wear only that off trouser, and
Mhm.
then you keep on wearing the same thing. So it used to be torn from behind my bum. So
Mhm.
that is what it was like a twin blue black moon. So that is what I mentioned. So so that is the kind of thing. I was a good child. I was very good in studies. So
Mhm.
I was a monitor in school and all. I was a school leader. So I was very good child, and even for helping my parents in agriculture. So I used to be very proactive, and
Mhm.
even in my village, my villages used to appreciate that so and so son is no, he's a star, and this chap is very good.
Right.
And so people used to encourage me a lot. So that used to give me a lot of courage, and so that is how I used to study well. And then when I was studying class seventh, I dreamt of becoming an IAS officer.
Mhm.
So because I've seen all those pain which the villagers suffer because of this agriculture, so rain fed and rain dependent.
Mhm.
So that energy and spirit kept pushing me ahead. And then, of course, after 12th, I couldn't continue, but I went to the army and with the dream that, okay, I will become an IAS officer.
Yeah.
So I topped all the courses in army, physical training as well as technical training. And then I applied for AMIETA. And then I
Mhm.
used to cycle about 35 kilometers per day, attend evening college from Secunderabad to Hyderabad. I used to cycle and then
Yeah.
come back. I used to study whole night, and I used to sleep for 3 hours. After two, I used to stand on the veranda and then keep walking and then keep studying. So I used to stand on the veranda and I used to pull the bulb, and then I used to draw engineering drawing in the night. And then so 2 to 5, I used to sleep for 3 hours. Then 5 o'clock I used to wake up and then go for all those morning PT. And then of course I have to do my army studies also. There also I got 82
Mhm.
percentage and I got the topper. So electronics and communication. So I excelled throughout. And so that is the energy and spirit which I maintained throughout. And
Mhm.
I got commissioned. And of course, with antedate senior time, 24 years of commissioned age.
Yeah.
So that is how. And then of course, I never went behind money. For me, the passion was achievement, hard
Right.
work and sincerity, dedication, and fair, honest, humble, and so I used to practice not only for myself, my boys also, and
Mhm.
so that is how, like, when the boys listen to me, राजू साहब ने बोल दिया तो बस हाथ बंद करके काम करना है क्योंकि राजू साहब अपने लिए कुछ नहीं बोलता है. So that is the thing. So people, boys used to be energized because of my honesty and truthfulness.
Right.
And so these are the things, ethos and values which I maintained from my childhood and till now. And I have served my country and various operations in JNK and Northeast. I was posted, so I participate in various operations. I have been part of line of control fencing, which was going on 2003. So a
Mhm.
lot of infiltration used to happen. So I was part of the operations. We used to be in jungle for 6 days, and then so so that is the kind of so dedication I have given, and those that same spirit I want to continue.
Which year you joined army?
I joined army in 1983, and after that. I joined as a telecom mechanic, and
Mhm.
then I topped all the courses in academics as well as physical training in army,
Yeah.
and then with which I was able to apply and got into AMIETE. I completed it in '89, and then I underwent training in '91 and got commissioned in '92. But me being an engineering graduate entry, I get a 2 years of antedate seniority. So my date of commission is June 90. So of course my age of commission is also comes 24 years of commission age.
Okay.
So total service I have done 36 years of service and superannuated on 30th April 2019. So for me, money never excited me. So always from childhood, my accomplishment, that is what always excited me. Whether it is helping my parents in agricultural activities or even in army, like I was never behind money. I
Mhm.
always focused on being fair, honest, upright, clean, and serve the country. And for me, like the goodness, common goodness, was more important than my own self. So that is how I served in army, and throughout my life I continued like that. And my ultimate aim was to become an IAS officer. So that dream could not be fulfilled, but I'm so glad that I joined army and I was able to achieve and reach to a position of equal importance
Yes.
and superannuated as a colonel. Now, after serving my country for 36 years and 1 month,
Yeah.
for me, again, that money never excited me. So my dream of becoming an IAS officer continued.
Mhm.
So I joined, after superannuation, I did not feel like joining any corporate job or
Mhm.
any government job. I
Yeah.
wanted to continue serving the public.
Mhm.
So that is how I have chosen this
Right.
aspect of now serving the people, not only in India, around the globe, for
Yeah.
sustainable world.
Yeah. I would like to know something from your experience about the importance of discipline and integrity in anybody's life.
Absolutely, Dinesh. And so from childhood itself, I have been a very disciplined child.
Mhm.
And so that suited me. I studied in convent schools. And then after 12th, I joined army. So I excelled. I just focused on excelling and not doing anything wrong.
Mhm.
So I was a self-disciplined person from childhood, and because I had a long ambition in my life, and so high ambition to achieve. So I kept myself very disciplined. When I joined the army, it suited to my personality. And army is an organization. It is such a wonderful organization. Anybody, everybody who joins, uh, the punctuality, like how to behave, how to conduct yourself, how to
Yeah.
talk to your elders, how to talk to your seniors, the mannerism, ethics, values. These are a tremendous learning from army, and I recommend that. Of course, India is a very huge country, but at least for 3 years, everybody should serve the army. So I think our country can be more disciplined, more dedicated, more determined, more
Yeah.
focused towards our national growth.
Yes, there are many countries where this kind of practice is already there, and we can see, yes, they are doing wonderful things.
Yes.
So, Colonel Saab, we heard that you are on a mission of sustainable global peace, and this is something totally new for all of us. So, we would like to know from you what this is and what are the different aspects of that. Can you please share?
Basically, with globalization, globalized economy, what is happening is that there is a fast pace of development which is happening. And even the innovations are also happening very faster manner. So everybody wants to grow all over the world. And thanks to the internet and communication, that what is happening where everybody comes to know. So everybody is in a race to fast forward their development. And because of that, there is over exploitation of natural resources happening all over the globe. I feel that there is no regulation how to compensate the exploitation, like mindless or reckless exploitation of natural resources happening. There is no regulation within the country or all over the world. I think the UN may have to take up this issue seriously. And the nature itself has made us realize, because of the global warming, you know what is happening nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
So now people have come to realize that the importance of the nature. So thanks to the technology, now we are going to switch over to electric version of vehicle. But there are so many industries which are functioning on fossil fuel.
Yes.
So how are we going to overcome this unsustainable ecology, and because of which there is going to be unsustainable economy? And that is what I said. For the present scenario or for the present generation, you may be happy because now we are new to the internet, new to the technology, so we are happily exploiting all the resources. But what is going to happen to our future generation, to our children and grandchildren? Are we going to leave this world or this earth a better place or a sustainable place for our generation to come? That is the big question mark which raised in me.
Exactly. This is a big question, sir. I mean, if our ancestors would have thought like us, we would not be having enough resources to consume today. But now our generation is actually consuming without any thought, without thinking about the future generations, and without actually renovating the resources again. So we are not doing that. I think
Yes,
you got a great thought, sir. Uh,
yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And not only that, why this thought came to me, because the kind of agriculture practice which we are doing it
Mhm.
is unsustainable. Because I have witnessed as a child what is the reason for our economic constraints and why my siblings, except me, could not study more than 10th standard. The reason was that it's a wrong pattern of agriculture being practiced.
Mhm.
So we have got about 10 acres of rain-fed land, but we are growing rice,
Mhm.
which needs a lot of water. So during rainy season, you get the crop, and then for 6 months, you have got agriculture produce, and rest of the 6 months, there is no income.
Mhm. Right.
So if you work out on an average in a village, people are very active, so they live for about 80 years.
Mhm.
That means 6 months you got agriculture produce, 6 months you do not have. That means 40 years you do not have any income.
Yeah. 40 years of
It's clear.
unemployment.
40 years of unemployment, 40 years of zero income.
Yeah.
So that is why our children are not getting good food. They don't get
Mhm.
good schooling. They are not able to wear good cloth. And because of that, since they are not able to educate their children, so they migrate to village from to cities and towns for doing menial jobs. And some of them learn their some skills and then start their own business. But most of them are not successful in their life, mainly because of lack of education. So what I propose is that
Right.
we should identify the area, the land, which is suitable for what kind of crop. Suppose if it is a river water or there's a borehole water is available, then you can go for
Mhm.
rice or sugarcane cultivation or wheat cultivation.
Yeah.
The area which is rain dependent, like my place, I think we should have gone for a permaculture kind of thing,
Mhm.
and so that you get the income throughout the year, and it can be horticulture based or it can be wood based,
Mhm.
fruits and vegetables. There are tree based vegetables. There are vegetables which grow under the ground, or maybe ginger or you call it what adrak or you know
Yeah.
so those kind of agriculture we could have practiced. And then because of that, what happened, and then of course substituted by rainwater harvesting. And then one of the thing which we could have done after independence is that river linking. This could
Yeah.
have been done in a major way. So the ponds and lakes could have been created. They could have been linked through canals, and initial 2 or 3 5-year plan, we should have focused more on agriculture.
Right.
So had we focused more on agriculture, what would have happened is that 90% of the population could have been more employed,
Mhm.
and then they would have been they would have got a sustainable economy. With that, our population, our children could have got better education,
Right.
better food, better clothing, and then you could have got local employment like food processing
Yeah.
industries or wood based industries, furniture industries. So we could have exported throughout the world.
Right.
So 90% of the population were not employed because I think probably we focused more on the Western concept of industrialization,
Yeah.
where only the 10% could be employed. And because of that, those 10% could become rich. But the poor, uneducated farmers, they remained poor. Even now, they remain poor.
Yeah.
It is only after 91 liberalization our economy is booming. Otherwise, we were not no, we were not thinking in this angle. So what I
Exactly.
propose is that we should segregate, we should identify the land which is suitable for what kind of crop,
Mhm.
and accordingly we should grow those kind of agriculture so that there is a local employment. So
Mhm.
if we dream for India to become superpower or self-sustainable, if the
Yeah.
village is not a superpower, then we cannot dream of India becoming superpower.
Wow, wonderful thing, sir. Wonderful thing you shared.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would also like to know, because I remember last time when I called you, you said that you were in a tree plantation drive or somewhere. So I can imagine that you are not only talking about this theoretically, but you are actually practically doing these things and putting a lot of efforts and your energy in making people aware about this thing and actually physically doing these efforts. So what exactly you do in this kind of activities?
In fact, I want to personally get involved with public nationally and internationally, so
Hmm.
that because everybody looks for peace ultimately. So why
Yeah.
not I look for a sustainable peace from agriculture? So that is what I went to the village for a month and went around telling people that see, we are doing a wrong pattern of agriculture. So if you're living for 80 years, so 40 years straight away you do not have any produce. So you're losing 40 years of your life, and the remaining 40 years you got the produce. And in that, maybe with 1 or 2 rain, if it is not there, there is no produce. Or
Yeah.
sometimes it over rains, or sometimes drought. Another 10% if you keep it in 80 years, 10%. Then about 8 to 10 years, that means 40 plus 10 years, 50 years, you do not have any income. So your income is only for 30 years of your 80 years of life as a farmer. And in that also the 50% of the expenses of 30 years,
Hmm.
50% of the expense goes into the labor and other expenses.
Hmm.
So that means you got only 15 years of continuous earning.
Yeah.
So that is the reason for the agriculture, the farmers remain poor. So I thought about it in depth. So I
Hmm.
went and told, I went to various villages surrounded by my village in my
Hmm.
district, Ramanathapuram, and then of course Sivagangai district also. And then I told that you go for a permanent culture, permaculture, tree-based agriculture, including horticulture and then fruit-based and then trees-based, wood-based like teak wood or sandalwood or red sanders or so there Malabar wood. So
Hmm.
those kind of trees and tree-based vegetables and then underground-based vegetables like ginger or garlic. So
Yeah.
those kind of vegetables also you can grow. So go for those 4 5 layers of agriculture crop so that you keep getting through income throughout the year and go for rainwater
Right.
harvesting. So that is where I went and told, and then of course I'm planning to go and meet the government agencies in state government as well as the central government, and
Hmm.
also through social media, through passionpreneurs, I want to preach about it, so
Hmm.
that the sustainable peace comes with sustainable uh, uh, ecology, of course, sustainable agriculture, sustainable ecology, and then sustainable economy. Then from sustainable economy, then sustainable education. Then
Yeah.
from sustainable education, you get sustainable employment. So village can get employment having wood-based, furniture-based industries or
Right.
food processing-based industries. Then once you have got employment, then you have the empowerment,
Right.
sustainable employment, then sustainable empowerment. So you are in the political process, you are into the social process, you are participating, you are collaborating with your own villages or your district or state or nationally or internationally.
Yeah.
And then, so once the village is sustainable, then our nation is going to be sustainable. If the nation is sustainable, the globe is going to be sustainable. And this goes
Yeah.
for the whole world. So that is why I have carefully chosen this sustainable world peace. It not only the ecology based, but also your health wise also it has to be sustainable. Why not we go for everybody as a ritual? So we are practicing from 5:30 to 6:30. Why not the whole village go for a run in the morning?
Wow. Wonderful thoughts, sir. Wonderful thoughts.
Yeah, why not the whole village go for a game from 4 to 6 in the evening?
Hmm. Yeah.
Or 1 hour in the evening, everybody plays. So we get to know each other. And
Right.
there is the caste and religion and all those differences will go away.
Exactly.
So there is a lot of thought about it for sustainable peace. So what happens, like, once we collaborate, once we come close, we know each other. You're from Rajasthan, I am from Tamil Nadu,
Yeah.
but we are, see, this technology is helping us.
Right.
You know me and I know you. So
Yes.
the technology we should leverage, and we should come out of all those mental blocks and the prejudice and then feudal mentality which has been existing for so many generations. And we
Mm-hmm.
should come closer, know each other, grow from each other, help each other. So this is where, like, sustainable health, sustainable food, sustainable agriculture, sustainable education, sustainable economy, sustainable education, and then employment, empowerment, then there is a peace.
Right. Right. Great, sir. I think you have covered a vast subject in a very short time,
Yes.
and I think there are
Yeah.
lot many technical terms about agriculture and all these sustainable aspects. So maybe we can go into the details of those sometimes later. But right
Yeah.
now, until now, whatever you have shared, it has been a really eye opening for me at least, and definitely it will be for the viewers also of this video. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for being
Thank
on
you.
the
Thank you,
show,
Dinesh ji.
and
Thank you.
it's my pleasure that
Thank you, Dinesh.
I could have you on this particular show.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you and
Dinesh ji.
have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, kind of you, Dinesh ji. And I sincerely appreciate your effort. And then I think you are a very genuine and a hearty person. And so this is a nice initiative. I'm very sure that you will grow very high. And the way I saw your YouTube, the way you meditate, and I'm telling you, you will change, many lives, and nationally and internationally. So all the best for you.
Your blessings, sir.